YouTube, Quinway coming to y'all with that instant analysis on analysisplayground.com and on YouTube. We're going to talk about how the Detroit Pistons got off to a slow, ugly, stagnant, disjointed start against the Milwaukee Bucks, who seemed like they was the better team, who seemed like they really had the Pistons had no option but to probably accept defeat early, and how they was able to turn around and get hot and stay in control of the lead and stay in control of the game, even the tempo and even defensively. But first, we're going to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks, who started the quarter hot in the first, 39-25. Talk about Damian Lillard putting up double-digit points in the first quarter and really getting hot from three. And then the Pistons was able to turn it around when the bench squads came in, and 32-19 in the second quarter in favor of Detroit. And then Detroit capitalized and continued that movement of playing the basketball the right way, trusting everybody, touching the ball and moving the ball, getting quality shots, playing within the passing lanes. And they did that primarily in the fourth quarter, especially when the game was basically over. They was blocking shots, covering a lot of space, putting a lot of pressure, making sure the Bucks was, trying to overthink a little bit, and they was capitalizing off of it. But in the third quarter, they continued with that lead with a 31-21 third quarter, giving them a 10-point bonus, and they destroyed the Bucks in the fourth quarter, allowing them to only score 8 points, and they were still able to get 29 points based off turnovers and easy points, just because they was executing their offense better than the Bucks. And you can say that that was a switcheroo. That's what was happening to the Pistons in the first quarter, and it totally changed once the benches came in. And outside of Bobby Portis, they didn't really have much from the bench. They had a lot of people that played and a lot of people that had the opportunity to get their shine and their credit, but it came into a lopsided defeat as they lose 87-120. And Prince, he was a guy that ended up getting injured along with Gary Trent Jr. by some screens that Jalen Duran ended up setting on them. But they're not going to be crazy changing injuries. They're going to be minor. So they'll be back, and season already starting to the middle, or I should say the ending of October. So they should be back healthy. I don't think it's nothing serious. But Prince did have 5 points, plus two and plus minus, 2 blocks, 2 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 offensive rebound, 1 or 3 from the 3 point line, 2 or 5 from the field. Brook Lopez, 8 points, plus two and plus minus, 2 personal fouls, 2 turnovers, 2 blocks, 2 steals. But he did also grab 4 rebounds, 2 of 5 from three. He had some good looks. They was leaving him open. They was daring him to shoot him. He was basically comfortable and relaxed and confident in his 3 point shot. And 2 for 5 ain't bad, especially when you shoot 3 of 6 from the field in 15 minutes. Damian Lillard came out hot, 5 of 10, cooled off a little bit, but he was 4 of 6 from three. That's where he really did his damage, coming off the screens, taking his time, getting in his follow through, getting his feet set, and he looked it real good out there. 1-on-1 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, 1 and plus minus, 15 points. That actually was second highest in the Bucks game, because Bobby Portis led all of them with 16. We'll get to that later. Pat Connaughton, 16 minutes, 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from three. That's all he needs to do, is get out in transition, move without the basketball, and be able to score from the perimeter. And he did that tonight. 2 rebounds, 2 assists. 1 personal foul, plus 7 and plus minus 7 points. And then Gary Trent, like I said, he got injured early in the game, but he did finish for 13 minutes. He did make some type of difference. 2 or 3 from the field, 1-on-1 from the 3 point line, 1 rebound, 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls, plus 2 and plus minus 5 points. And then Portis only played 14 minutes, 5 of 7 from the field, 4 or 5 from three. Really was looking like Kevin Wayne Durant out there, just pulling threes right in front of people's faces, pulling threes and shooting over people like it was nothing. And he only missed 1 3 and made 4 straight before he missed that last three. And he actually was 2 of 2 from the free throw line too. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, 1 personal foul, negative 13 plus minus. And 16 was a Bucks high for them. Marshawn Beauchamp, 15 minutes. He's still showing that he can't shoot or space the floor, but it is preseason. We'll see if he can work on that a little bit more as the season continues. But 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from three, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 1 turnover, 2 personal foul, negative 1 and plus minus 1 point. Livingston, 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from three. 3 rebounds, 2 of them was offensive, 5 total, 1 block, 3 turnovers, 1 personal foul, negative 12 and plus minus, 0 points. Smith, 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from three. He also had one personal foul, negative 23 and plus minus 5 points. Another guy that only played 8 minutes. He's their center. I really don't want to butcher his name, but Anzaves um, Passionix, I think is his name, number 18 for people that know how to pronounce it. I get used to it as the season progresses, hopefully. But 101 from the field, one rebound, one personal foul, negative 7 plus minus 2 points. Robbins only played 9 minutes. He was 0-2 from the field. They were just trying to find offense or trying to find something, in their bench and trying to see how it looks with them playing together and who they want to keep and who they don't want to keep as the roster is going to be slimming down when the season starts. But Robbins did have 2 rebounds and 2 assists. He also had 1 block, two turnovers, negative 8 plus minus 8 points was for DeLon Wright. Also shot 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 5 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He also had 2 rebounds and 2 assists. The other guy had 0, Robbins, and 1 block, 2 turnovers, negative 8 plus minus. He had 8 points. Robbins had 0. Yuma Dewey, 11 minutes, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 4 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block, negative 16 plus minus 5 points. In Kinjo, 5 minutes, 0 of 2 from the field, 1 rebound, 1 assist, also 1 personal foul, negative 5 and plus minus. Green had played 17 minutes, 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 5 from three. They really struggled spacing the floor primarily off the bench. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, negative 17 and plus minus. 1 personal foul, 3 points. And then Jackson Jr., 1 of 6 from the field, 0-2 from the 3-point line. He also had 7 rebounds, which was good to see. But he also had 1 assist and 1 steal, 3 personal fouls. 3 turnovers, 1 personal foul, negative 9 and plus minus 2 points. Rollins, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, negative 18 and plus minus 3 points. And Johnson was the last one. He was 1 of 8. Didn't really score like majority of the bench. Just struggled putting the ball in the basket. All 1 from three. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, negative 22 and plus minus 2 points. They did shoot 30 of 87. That's about 34%. They did shoot 19 of 48. That's 39% from three. That's above average. And they only missed 1 free throw, 8 of 9. And that's 88% tonight. That's good numbers when it comes from free throw and three. But when you look at the fact that they turned the ball over a lot, they had 24 turnovers. That's just way too much. Just showing you that they couldn't control the ball. They couldn't handle the ball well. They just a little sloppy with the delivery of their passes and just getting stripped for not paying attention to guys that's around them or in front of them. And the Detroit Pistons just capitalized off of that and was able to build a good lead. They did have 47 rebounds. They did have 20 assists and 6 steals and 12 blocks. And they only had 20 personal fouls. But the fact that they only scored 87 points and they allowed a team like Detroit to score 120 points is something that I wouldn't even want to see, or something I didn't even think that could happen, especially because the starters did play a bulk of the minutes in the first 2 quarters for the Bucks. But the bench really suffered. The Detroit just looked at like a well-oiled machine against the Milwaukee Bucks bench, and they really took that advantage away from the Bucks and was able to close this game out very early in the third quarter, and they just would continue to have that confidence throughout the whole game. Fatesio, 9 points, plus 9 and plus minus, 2 personal foul, 1 turnover, 1 assist, 5 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 of 4 from three, 3 of 8 from the field. Hardaway didn't really shoot the ball well, 1 of 7 from the field. He was 0 of 4 from three, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, negative 9 and plus minus 4 points. He's never really been a go-to scorer. He's never been the greatest catch and shoot player, but it's just good for him to feel that if you pass him the ball, he's not going to be shy about letting it go. He's going to allow you to play him defensively because he is a guy that can get hot. He is a guy that can make shots in spurts. And I feel like Bobby Portis showed that he can do it and be a barrage. And I feel like Detroit was able to handle that well and not give up. I mean, they was down big in the first quarter and going into the second quarter and sometimes throughout the second quarter, but they stayed, keeping their head up high and playing hard. And you can give credit to Jalen Durant, 4 of 9 from the field, got a lob attempt. He also was able to grab 9 boards in 23 minutes. He had 4 assists doing dribble handoffs and making the right decision when he did have the ball, even though he had 2 turnovers. He did have 1 steal and 1 block trying to anchor that paint. And he did have 8 points, -1 and plus minus. Cade Cunningham didn't look good out there. He did play 25 minutes. He played more than I thought he would play, but he does need more development time and more chemistry with his new teammates as their roster is basically locked in for right now, for the most part. But he did finish 5 of 13 from the field. Started shooting the ball a little bit better. Started getting to his spots a little bit better. I don't feel like he was taking bad shots. He had to force up a couple, but it's part of the shot clock situation. You kind of had to take a shot anyway. But other than that, I liked it. The balance. I liked it how he was able to use his size. I liked the fact that he was being patient in the paint. I like the fact that he was posting up a little bit more, looking for different ways to attack the defense and being a playmaker. I think he did a real good job of that tonight, outside of just, trying to find ways to get to his spots offensively. He did shoot 1 of 2 from the free throw line, though. 4 rebounds total, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers only tonight, 1 personal foul plus 3 and plus minus 13 points. And then Ivy, he looked at like a speed demon. He was going to the paint, scoring, getting layup attempts, creating havoc. He got to the free throw line 9 times, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. He was able to hit his spot up threes tonight. If you passed it to him or kept the ball moving like they was doing all night, they turned down good passes to get great passes. And Jaden Ivey was a benefit of it. He was able to set his feet, get his follow through to go through, and he was very confident in his 3-point shot. And they're going to need him to be more of a threat on the perimeter and not just a prober slash slasher. He needs to evolve his game a little bit and modernize his game a little bit. And I think he showed that he possibly can do that tonight. And he was 6 of 8 from the field. He did have 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, and 2 personal fouls and -1 and plus minus. But he did show that he can be a threat off the ball as a cutter, as a guy that can put the ball on the floor if you try to rotate too hard, and as a guy that can catch and shoot a little bit. And that's what they actually drafted him to be. Now we're going to probably see this season if he can actually do that. And if he does, can he be confident to do that for the rest of his career? And I think that does matter. Reed had some good blocks and some good strips and some good interceptions tonight. 4 steals, 2 blocks. He did shoot 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 2 from the 3-point line, but he also had 5 rebounds to go along with 1 assist, plus 23 and plus minus 4 points. This other guy, I don't want to butcher his name, but he wear jersey number 20, Tucson. I'm going to say his first name, not his last name, because it's easier for me. But he did shoot 1 of 2 from the field. He did have 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, plus 9, 2 points. Holland, 26 minutes. He did have 4 of 10 shooting, 0 of 3 from the 3-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers, plus 25 and plus minus 10 points. Isaiah Stewart was really good tonight. 3 of 4 from the field, 17 minutes played, 1 of 2 from the 3-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 2 personal fouls, plus 25 and plus minus 9 points. Malik Beasley really seemed like he wanted to play hard by just going out there, putting a lot of effort, and he was able to get a lot of threes up, 7 of them, and he made 3 of them, 4 of 8 from the field, 50%. That's really good. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 personal foul, plus 20 and plus minus 11 points, 12 points for Sasser. 4 of 8 from the field also. 0 of 3 from 3, but he was 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He did have 9 assists, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. Really was able to pick up a lot of those assists in transition and just making the right pass when he had the ball. But he did have 12 points and then 1 personal foul. 14 points for Moore Jr. He was 5 of 6 from the field, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers, and 2 personal fouls. And Jenkins had 2 points, 1 of 3 from the field, all 1 from the 3-point line, 1 assist, 1 turnover, plus 17 and plus minus. They did shoot 46%, 43 of 93, 12 of 37 from 3, but they also shot 84% from the free throw line, 22 out of 26. They did have 51 rebounds, which is They out rebounded the Bucks. They did have 31 assists, which is 11 more than the Bucks. They did have 14 steals, which is double for what the Bucks had. They only had six, and then they also had 9 blocks, which is really good too for a team, and 12 turnovers and only 14 personal fouls. So they didn't really give the Bucks too many things that they can take advantage of, and they basically took care of the ball. They made the right decisions. They played together. I feel like they played well in transition. They got a lot of steals, got a lot of blocks, played together, didn't quit, didn't really give up when the lead looked insurmountable, especially against a team with Damian Lillard and Bobby Portis starting off with a barrage of threes. But other than that, I like the fact that the Pistons really knew what they wanted to do, especially as the game continued to go on. And it felt like they were still figuring out where guys needed to be on the court, where they needed to be at when it comes to spreading out the offense and how they needed to attack. But it just comes down to the Piston bench play better than the Bucks bench. And they killed them all night. And I think that they were just ready to play. They was ready to prove each other right. They had the floor spacers in there. They had guys that play hard, guys that showed that they play together even when they do some tough shots. They didn't really rely on that as much as the game went on. They just had quality shots throughout the game and a lot of transition, and they just put themselves in a great position to win this game. And it looked like the Bucks was going to run away with it, and they looked like they was going to put the nail in the coffin early. And then the Pistons said, no, we still have a lot of time left. We still know how to attack y'all because y'all Eastern Conference rival, and we feel like we can beat these guys. And that's the mentality that you have to come back from a lead like they had to come back from and still be able to get the W in a monstrous lead that they was able to acquire in the third and fourth quarter, and it looked really well done. I'm watching the game. I'm like, wow, is this really the Detroit Pistons? Can they really do this? Can they really beat the Bucks? And then the bench just couldn't score. They couldn't pass. They couldn't dribble. They couldn't do nothing. I'm like, this the Pistons? And then three after three after three, the Pistons was hit. Then they get into the free throw line and they knocking down their free throws. It just looked like a beautiful executed job by the Pistons. And I like the fact that JB Bickerstaff just kept clapping. I love what you guys doing. I love what you guys and how you guys are playing. And I'm enjoying, coaching his team. They young. They're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna make errors. But you don't want them to hold their head and be depressed. You want them to feel like they can still play through these mistakes and still be great and have a great game. It's 4 quarters. You just never really lose in the first quarter. Teams are going to make runs, and the Pistons went on an 11-0 run to really put the Bucks away in that fourth quarter. And that was basically the first 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. And that was basically game after that. Once the Pistons went on that early run in the fourth quarter, they just continued to pile it on and pile it on and pile more on to the Bucks, and they just couldn't lift. They just couldn't push it off. They just had nothing that they can do even offensively, and they just couldn't guard the Pistons defensively. And this is what you want to see if you're a Pistons fan. And if you're a Bucks fan, a lot of Bucks fans, they just got to understand, no Giannis, no Dame, and they should be playing more together because they are going to have to play well if this team is going to win 50 games, and if this team is going to be a championship team, they're going to need their best players out there. I'm not saying they got to play them in preseason, but you want to build some chemistry and some type of understanding with this roster, even with Giannis on the court. You can do that in training camp. You can do that in scrimmages, but you do want to see it against some competition that you just can't match, when you're going against NBA people that's competing for their salaries and their starting spots and their legacies. It is a whole nother thing when you're going against starters. And the Bucks, are missing Giannis very much so, especially defensively. And I think Brook Lopez was great defensively, but he can't do it all by himself. And you can see that they was really missing Giannis, especially in that second quarter, because that lead would have been even bigger if they had Giannis out there. And then it just becomes a totally different game because they kept Cade Cunningham out there even in the third quarter, and I was surprised. But he helped them build that lead, and he helped them, smooth out some of their wrinkles even himself, bouncing back a little bit more in that second half. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell on more analysis. Don't forget, watch my older videos too. Got over 2,000, and I upload frequently every single day. So you may miss something. You may wanted to watch something. Don't forget to check, if you did or you missed something. I'm just giving you a reminder. And just remember to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And if you're new, hit the notification bell for analysis as soon as it comes out. And like I said, I cover the NBA a lot. So this is my favorite sport. So if you like hearing my opinion, it makes sense to just subscribe and hit the notification bell like most people have been doing over the years. And other than that, I'll talk to you guys later. I got the LA Phoenix game, and that's a wrap for tonight. So I'll see you guys later today.